Hey guys, Pitmouse here. All right. This tape we're going to talk about, or this video, we're going to talk about being kind versus being nice. And most of you guys out there are martial artists, so I'm directing it mainly to martial artists, whether you're a student or an instructor. Remember to see guidelines. What does that mean? Guide by my guidelines. I don't even know what they mean. Anyway, all right, we're live. So, hey, what's up, Ryder? So, what is the difference between being kind and being nice? Let me tell you. Like, if somebody comes in and you don't like that person, and you're nice to them anyway, you treat them, like you like them, that's being nice, right? Being kind is like, you don't like that person, but they need help, so you help them. You don't have to be phony, like you like them and then talk bad about them behind their back. To me, that's what like nice is. Like you're nice to their face, even though you don't like them. What's up, Justin? Guitar writer. But I think it's more important to be kind, okay? Because like you think of everybody has something going on, right? So everybody, like somebody, maybe they just found out their kid had cancer. Maybe their mom just died. Maybe they just found out their wife's cheating. Maybe, maybe they're having a hard time paying their rent, or their mortgage, so they're going through hard times. So I think everybody should be treated with kindness. Okay. And that's where Bushido comes in. But at the same time, I think you should treat people with kindness. I don't really give a shit about being nice to them. That's not my style as much. But you treat them with kindness. What's up? Yeah, what's up? What is that?
Nothing. It'll take a minute.
Go ahead. Okay. So the kindness stops when somebody takes advantage of you. Someone tries to hurt you. Somebody tries to physically abuse you, emotionally abuse you. That all stops to me. Any kindness or niceness stops, right? I mean, if they just say like, "Hey, why'd you cut in line, asshole?" I mean, I wouldn't cut off the kindness then. But if somebody got into my face and started cussing me out, the kindness is way gone, and now I'm going to defend myself. Okay? Somebody flips me off, like driving, some stupid little driving thing. If someone cuts in front of me by accident, I just laugh about it. But if I cut off someone by accident, they flip me off, I'm not going to get all road rage. I'm just going to, if they're beeping the horn, I'll flip them off. Doesn't mean I want to fight with them or anything. I'll just flip them off. Like, leave me alone, But so to me, there's a fine line between kindness and niceness. But there's also a fine line between kindness and being a fucking doormat. So I'll be kind like shit. I mean, you can't afford lessons, I'll train you. You need help, I'll help you. I've stopped in a freeway. I've stopped on a busy freeway with my wife who thought we were going to die. Stopped on a busy freeway to get a dog off of the road. I chased a dog off a busy freeway because they were on the road, on the freeway. We stopped on Thanksgiving a few years ago, my wife and I, because there was a guy with a suit on that had a flat tire. We helped him change his tire. I mean, I think I do a lot of kind things. I've helped a lot of people become better martial artists out of the goodness of my heart. And I think everybody should strive for that. But the second somebody takes advantage of you, physically, emotionally, or whatever, financially, the fucking niceness, kindness, whatever it is, stops, and you stand up for yourself. If they're trying to lay hands on you, right? You lay hands on them harder and faster. Okay? The niceness ends there. Okay? Yeah, the kindness does go out the window. And it doesn't have to be a terrorist, but yeah, I know what you mean. But that's when it stops. Like if somebody's really rude to me, but I know they're having a terrible day, like I said, or you don't know. But if you think, well, maybe their kid just got diagnosed with cancer. So if they're being, kind of rude to you or mean to you, it's no big deal. Just fucking, okay, I'm sorry. I cut you off. I'm really sorry. I'm a terrible driver, or whatever the situation may be. If they if they yell at me, I'll flip them off and laugh. But the second they start getting physically abusive, I don't give a shit who died. I don't give a shit what their life is. They don't have the right to hurt me or my family. That it stops there. You guys understand that? So as martial artists, we should live the warrior's code. We should be generous. We should be grateful. We should be kind. We should be brave. We should be disciplined. All that stuff. But the second somebody tries to lay their hands on us or our loved ones, all of that shit goes out the window. Do not be, I've heard Aikido say that. Aikido people. You do not ever want to show respect or be kind to your attacker. You want to show nothing but brutality to anyone that's trying to hurt you or your family. You just want to treat them with total disdain, and you want to be brutal with them. That's what you want to be, because you want to go home to your family. You want your family to be alive. You do not give a shit about somebody that's trying to attack you physically. Okay? Oh, is that it? No, I didn't put it up yet, Justin. I gotta put it together with some other stuff. Send me a couple more videos of it, because it's really good. He's really doing good on that. Seriously. If he's 3 years old and he's already learning that stuff and he's hitting that well, man, that's a good sign. Nobody's gonna take his lunch money, I'm telling you. If he can hit like that now, yeah, nobody's gonna be taking his lunch money. Wait till he gets to be 7. Yeah. So that's my big thing. When I hear martial artists that want to be overly, be kind to everyone. Yes, I agree. Treat everyone like they're one of their family members is dying. Treat everyone like that, because you don't know whose is or isn't. So treat everyone like that until the second they get abusive with you. Once they get abusive with you, fuck it. It's done. Right? Especially physically. If they get physically abusive with you, you need to respond, right, with violence. You just do. I don't give a shit what happened in their family. If they're going to attack you, then they get violence, because you're not going to wake up in 6 months in a nursing home with your family broken up, you lose your house, you got a tracheostomy and permanent brain damage. No, that is not worth it for anything. Okay? Nobody has the right to do that to you. You understand that? Any questions on that? Tattoo? Yes, I am. I have a that's my favorite. Oh, no. To be honest, I have that one. My favorite new one is the 511. I don't have it on me right now, but I do. I have one, a 511. Remind me and I'll show it to you. It's unbelievable. It's by far the most effective tactical pen I've ever owned. Ever. It's like, it is fucking crazy good. And I got a video coming out that I'm going to video tomorrow, actually, on a couple grips and one attack for length. Like if you're somewhere and you only have your tactical pen, I don't know why. You should have a knife or a gun if you can carry one. But if you're on a plane, it's going to be tight quarters. And then you're going to be like a spring. You don't have a lot of room in a plane. So I'm gonna show a couple of attacks with a pen and grips. So I got that coming up. I'm videoing it tomorrow, so it'll be out probably next week. I will be in Hawaii next week, guys. We got black belt testing next week. So I'm going to Hawaii Saturday, and we're going to be there till following Saturday. And we got like 12, 15 guys promoting to black belt first degree, and then there's a bunch promoting to different degrees of their black belt. Okay? I have many times. I've taken all my tactical pens on a plane. I'm 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I like both. I feel like my revolver is a lot. It's a lot easier and more comfortable to conceal. But like if I go to LA or something like that, I like my 9mm because it carries more bullets. It has more firepower. But when I'm just traveling around town or hanging out here in my hometown, I usually carry the revolver, a 5-shot. So I carry it all the time, like right now, all the time. So anyway, but yeah. So that's that. That's that. So please, guys, please, as martial artists, again, I'm going to say this again. If you guys have any questions about this, please send me some questions. And as for the plane thing, a little trick I do. I don't know if I have any with me right now. No, I don't have any tactical pens with me right now. But when I'm on a plane, like say this is the pen, right? So this part looks usually ominous on a plane. I mean, on a tactical pen because it's pointed and stuff. So when I actually go on the plane, I take off the cover and put it like this, and then I put it in my notebook. So that way it just looks like a pen. I don't know. I've never been stopped either way, but that's the way I carry it when I go on a plane. Yeah. So, but my main mission, my main message to you guys right now is treat everyone with kindness with Bushido, because that's the warrior's code. We're warriors. Okay, treat everyone with kindness. But the second, I'm telling you, I'll go all the way with this. If somebody tries to stop you in a car, like fucking, they have some kind of like some kind of march or something, do not fucking stop. Don't step on the gas and plow through them, but beep your horn, roll down your window just a little bit and say, I'm coming through, guys, move out of the way. And make sure somebody's videoing it in your car so it doesn't look like you ran someone over, because you never know what the witnesses are going to say. But once you stop, even if they look like a bunch of vagina hat or whatever, once that mob mentality starts, right? Violence ensues. Violence will ensue. Think of Reginald Denny. Reginald Denny. Google Reginald Denny or YouTube it and check out what they did to him. That could happen to anyone. So I will be super kind to people. Do not try to stop me on the fucking road with some kind of mob mentality. I'm not going to stop. I will not stop. I'm not going to get pulled out of a truck by a fucking angry mob. Never. I will never stop for some mob. I don't care if there's an anti-fucking Trump rally, if it's a whatever rally, a KKK rally, a fucking women's right rally. As long as there's a bunch of violent people, I'm not stopping. I am not going to stop no matter what. So that's what I got to say. What is on your shirt? Nothing. It's just it's like a bull, patriotic bull, and then I'm wearing a Lululemon jacket. But okay, dash cam. Yeah, that would be handy. That would be really handy. I'd like to get one turned around too, like if anyone tried to break into my car when I'm not there. But a dash cam, yes. My everyday carry would be when I'm carrying my fanny pack, and I always wear a gi. So like right now, I'm wearing my gi pants, right? But I always carry a little revolver. I always carry my gi pants, and I usually carry a fanny pack, and that has my wallet. And usually I have a curved blade knife, and I carry that. That's basically it. My wallet, my cell phone, my curved blade, usually a 5-shot Smith & Wesson, and what else? And if I'm traveling somewhere, I carry my tactical pen always. Yeah, I got a Crombit. I have a few actually. I have a 511 fixed blade Crombit, which is a little bigger. Then I have an Emerson a combat crombit, which is a folding. It opens when you pull it out of your whatever you have. And then I have a smaller K bar that's curved. It's just curved a little bit, like it's at an angle, but it's not quite a karambit. But it would do some damage. I would pull it out. It comes this way, and I would just use it for jabs and hooks. So it would get the job done that way. Cool. Wow. So you got the knife thing going on. Yeah. I don't. I mean, sometimes check this out. Sometimes I'll carry my walking stick, right? So I got a little walking stick here. What? This is my walking stick. So here it locks in. That was a walking stick. I can walk, but check it out. So this is my brutal walking stick, guys. You never can be, I mean, let me just say, guys, I'm not like a violent person, but there's a lot of evil, violent people out there, you know, and all of us martial artists have to be aware of that. You know what I mean? Sorry. Where are you? Guitars? Where are you located? I have a concealed carry permit, but I want to take a few handgun classes. Otherwise, seriously, can't. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Zatoichi. Remember Zatoichi, the blind swordsman? I remember Zatoichi. I remember he used to catch flies with chopsticks, right? Remember that? But yeah, so man, no. Man, you know what I see? I see Nate wearing them down and just finally I see that happening. I don't know. Masvidal, man, he's got some brutal fucking power and explosive. I see he can knock out anyone, but I don't know. I could see it going the other way and Nate just wearing him down and then finally submitting him or winning by decision. I don't know. I'm not gonna predict that one. I'm just gonna have fun watching it. Yeah, that's. I couldn't deal with that because just there's so many violent people, the evil, violent people everywhere. There's evil, violent people in Australia, in England, in Norway, and fucking Sweden. Not as many as America. You know, one reason is we just fucking let anyone in, right? And another reason is, you know, we encourage bad behavior a lot in our country, but you know, not being able to defend yourself, it's like a basic human right. I don't see how you guys can do that. I could see that happening too, Carlos. I really could. They do bleed a lot, and fucking Masvidal lately has been so fucking sharp. I could see him cutting him up bad. I could easily see that. Vlog style videos about your training, students, gyms, and why. Yeah, we do that. We got that going right now. Promotion. Yeah, we're doing belt promotions this week. I don't put as many on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. Check out my Instagram. I got a lot of stuff on Instagram I put most stuff up on there, or my Facebook. My Facebook is just, you know, facebook.com. This is my Facebook. Yeah, that's my Facebook. And then my Instagram would be this. And I put a lot more stuff on that. I just don't get as much bang for the buck with YouTube. And Master Wong, who's my partner, he's got like fucking 2.5 or 2.6 million people on YouTube. So he's got that one covered, and we're doing stuff together. So I let him handle all the YouTube. I usually put up one thing a week, every single week, and that's it. Oh, okay. I'll get more stuff on that though. Makalila. Yeah, so that's where it mainly is. But we have our course, which is really doing well right now. Um, oh, is that not coming out? Okay, yeah, we got a course, me and Master Wong, and that's the URL, and it's a belt class that we teach. We call it HK3, but basically it's Hawaiian Kempo. So anybody that wants to learn Hawaiian Kempo, we are belting from white to black. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be like the way I train my people here, and I expect the same conditioning and techniques and skill level competence. But you can basically get your black belt in Hawaiian Kempo through that course, and that's what we're doing right now. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, you got bad and you can't protect yourself. I remember going to a theater once and I was carrying my gun, and my wife said, "Why are you carrying a gun? You're paranoid. We're in a theater." And I let that sink in. I let that sink in her for a second, because there's been like two pretty brutal, well-known theater mass shootings in the past few years, right? One in Aurora, Colorado, and there was another one it was Midwest somewhere or something. But people are going to shoot you in a theater. They're going to shoot you at a concert. They're going to shoot you at the beach, shoot you at the park, shoot you in your house, shoot you on the street. Evil people are going to attack you everywhere, guys. And that's not paranoid. That's fucking being prepared. You need to be prepared for that. People are going to people are going to sucker punch you in any crowd. There's always the evil, violent people out there. And the only way to deal with them is to become better at violence than they are. You have to be. There's no second one. It's not like, oh, I'll talk my way out of it. You know? I don't know why. Maybe because that's not their forte. And I could say, why do so many self-defense guys say that MMA guys, couldn't really fight on the street? So I think there's kind of a back and forth. I'm the guy that does both. I'm so I train UFC fighters, champions, really good fighters. I've trained kickboxers, boxers. So I've done the sport thing, but I'm also a self-defense fanatic. So I know what kind of stuff crosses over, and what kind of stuff you should train for, and what stuff will work in both, and what stuff will work for the street, what stuff will work in the sport. So that's my forte. That's my niche, right? I'm the sport guy that takes what works in the sport and makes it work in the street. So that's kind of what I do. Yeah, maybe because they're scared. The defense guy. I've dealt with the best BJJ guys in the world, and I've worked on self-defense stuff with them because I want to see from their angle what's going to work, what's not going to work. I've worked with the best karate guys, boxing guys, MMA guys. I mean, you guys, if anybody follows me, they know that. I work with guys like Ricardo Laborio, one of the best BJJ guys in the world. And we're really good friends, and we worked on techniques. I worked with the Noguera brothers on some street stuff. I've worked with some Olympic medalist wrestlers like I'm thinking of Matt Linland and Sammy Henson, and we've gone over wrestling stuff, what'll work in the street, what won't. I've worked with MMA guys like Glover Teixeira, Chuck Liddell, some of the best MMA guys in the world, what'll work in the street and what won't. But a lot of MMA guys are kind of snobby. A lot of jiu-jitsu guys kind of snobby about street stuff, but it's different. I'll tell you the difference. No, I think he's an actor. That's it. So I'm not a fan of his at all. I mean, I like his acting, but what I want to say is some of the stuff's going to work somewhere. Some of it's not going to work there. some of the street stuff is bad in the cage, right? But it works. Eye pokes are illegal in the cage. They're okay in the street, but we've seen them work in the cage, right? So it's been tested to work in the cage, eye pokes, but they're illegal, right? Eye gouging, common sense says if you gouge somebody's fucking eyes, it's going to be efficient, right? Effective, right? Groin kicks, we know it works. You see it in the cage. You see it in kickboxing. It works. It hurts, even with a cup on. So you know it's going to be effective, right? So there's so many techniques that transfer over. And people, they're always like, oh, he's a sport guy. He'll never work in the street. Or street guys will say, oh, they're sport. It'll never work in the street. But in reality, they both cross, almost all the techniques cross over. Almost all of them. Just a tiny, minute fraction of the techniques don't cross over. I mean, you can name some, I'll tell you right now. Hey, thanks. This is the main difference. What's your first name? Makalika AWA. Sounds Hawaiian. I'm from Hawaii, so Makalika, I guess. But and we're getting no, but it's Makarlika. So I don't think there's any R's in the Hawaiian alphabet, so it can't be Hawaiian. But anyway, but tell me your first name. I'll tell you the difference right now. The difference, there's only one difference. The training is the same. You should be in training like a fighter. You are a fighter. Whether you want to defend your life in the street or fight in the cage or the ring. Exactly the same training. You're in training for both. Okay? You want the goal is the difference. That's the whole difference. In the street, your goal is to go home safe. Whatever that takes. You want to go home safe to your family. In the cage or the ring or the mat, your goal is to get a trophy, a ribbon, more money, a ranking, a title. Okay? So the way you go about them, you have to train really hard and you have to fight really hard. Okay? But the goal, the end goal is the main difference, right? In the street, it's life or death. It's life or death. Somebody lays their hands on you, it's life or death. You have to treat it as life or death. In the cage, the ring, and the mat, it's sport. It's not life or death. You're not trying to kill that guy. You are trying to hurt him. You're trying to separate him from his consciousness, right? But your goal is not to kill him or permanently hurt him. In the street, it is. That's the difference. You guys get that? Oh, Andy, he'll call Andy. Meaning warrior. Okay. Filipino. Maganagabi. And you're very malakas and magaling. And I have a feeling you're panget. I am very malakas. Okay. And I am not panget. So that's my Filipino right there. Anyway, Master Wong is great, man. He just had a baby and he's a beautiful human being. I love him. I love working with him. Okay, Andrew. Okay, good. We're in Oregon. Andy, research person, martial arts, practicing arts. Just for one thing. So the sports analysis really have been trying to change my martial arts by trying on. I don't see that, Andy. I don't see that at all. The people I know. The people I know, martial arts guy, I've talked to the heavyweight champion of the world in the UFC. I've talked to every, all aspects of martial arts, sports martial arts. They love sport. I mean, they love self-defense. Like I had a big thing with, I've asked a bunch of MMA guys, like, hey, how would you defend this in the street? And I've done videos on that. They love street defense. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anyone that looks down their nose at sport or street guys. To be honest, I've heard more street guys look down their nose at sport and say, "Oh, it's just a sport. We fight for good. We fight to kill. That would never work in the street." I've heard that more than a MMA guy ever putting down street stuff. I've never heard that. And I've been in the sport since 1974. I've heard nothing but respect for street fighting guys and street defense guys. I've never really heard that. I'm trying to cut back on sport fighting. Like I work with Glover Teixeira a little. I work with Court McGee a little. I work with Ramsey Ninjum. I have a fight team going right now. A couple of beginner pros that have just had a couple pro fights. A few amateurs, but I'm just focusing on my videos, my online course, which I listed the URL here somewhere, and focusing on my school. Anti-bullying is huge for me. Anti-bullying is huge for me. Huge, like huge. And I'm a firm believer in it. You know what? I'm not because right there's two buzzwords I don't like. But that is a good sign that you're. Yeah, I do have I think I have a better experience. I have probably more just because I'm older and I've been around it more. You're 60. Should you? Yes, I train. Michael Murphy. I'm 60 right now. 60. I train exactly the way I did in my 20s. Nothing's changed. Nothing. And I feel better physically right now. I don't get injured much. My shoulders are always hurting, but I've been using them since 1970, like every day. But I thank God every day that I'm as healthy as I am. And I'm at 60, I train exactly like I did in my 20s. I really do. I'm not joking. Well, I don't train like I did. I don't spar. I don't get hit in the head, but I do all the physical stuff, all the training, all the drilling, light sparring. But I train hard. Like when we do our cardio, we do our lifting, we do our bag work, we do our drilling. We drill hard. So yeah, I train the same basically. But let me just say something. Okay, you got two buzzwords there. Women's self-defense is stupid. It's a stupid thing. Why you want to teach a woman self-defense? Okay, that's stupid. I think it's stupid. And knife defense. I think the best knife defense. If anybody attacked me with a knife, my knife's coming right out. That's my knife defense. Okay, I don't think anyone's going to attack me on a plane with a knife. My tactile pen will come out. Gun defense. I'm pulling my gun. Well, how are you going to defend a bullet? I don't really believe in spending so much time practicing when a guy has a gun pressed up to you. I think most gun attacks are what I forget the average is like 3 to 5 feet. You're not gonna have time to go get their gun. So when you dodge the bullet, I think your best defense against a knife attack is a knife, and your best defense against a gun defense, if you're close enough and you have your knife drawn, is a knife or a gun. Yeah, running away is I'll tell you why running away is a dumb excuse. A gun one. I have had some, but we could talk about it. Running away, you have to say you're why not just punch him in the face and knock him out? Because you might not be the strongest person in the world. If you're not faster than your opponent or your attacker and you run, you just gave your backup. You just said, stab me in the back. Unless you know for a fact your name is fucking Hussein Bolt and you can know that you can beat them, then running away from a knife will get you stabbed in the back. I might recommend running away from a gun and zigzagging, even some rolls. Even if it's a concrete, I try to roll and zigzag away. Against a knife, no way, because somebody's going to chase me with that knife. That's why I don't think it is. But yeah. I was just saying that to get a rise out of you. But I think self-defense is self-defense. Gender does not matter. And when you start making it matter, then you're just perpetuating the weakness, the weaker sex. And so if you're saying that women should train differently than men and their self-defense is different, you're saying they're weaker? I mean, I don't think so. I think self-defense is street defense. Somebody lays a hand on you, you fight for your life. Okay. Streets on TRT. I'm all for it. I think if if you're not fighting, if you're fighting, it's cheating and you should be disqualified for life. But for a guy my age, I think it's great. I've never tried it. I'm scared to try it. But the people that I know that do it, like Joe Rogan and some other people that I know, really famous guys, but they're not fighters, but they've talked to me about it and how much they love it. I'm jealous that I'm too scared to try it. And I'm too scared to try it for one reason, because I'm afraid that Junior will stop working. And since Junior works pretty well at 60, I'm just saying fuck it. When Junior stops working, I will start TRT. Seriously, but I mean, I know I'd get a little buffer, and that would feel good. I'd be a little stronger. That would feel good. But I'm just scared of my manhood not working. So I will never do TRT unless Junior stops working. Women's self-defense is stupid. Yeah, the whole runaway. The other one I get is kick him in the balls. That's their self-defense. Kick him in the balls. Yeah, I agree. The word Bushido, showbiz, okay. Showbiz 101. It means, though, it's a Japanese word, and it means it's code of the warrior. So Bushido, code of the warrior, basically means, there's a list of things, and it means treat your opponent with respect. Okay, I agree with that. Treat your opponent with respect. If it's in a cage, a ring, or a mat, and it's a sport. Treat your attacker like a fucking enemy and be brutal with him. Do not show him any respect. Okay? But it says treat people with kindness, show respect, be courageous, right? But know when to walk away. So it's just a code of a warrior. You should look it up. It's pretty cool. We use it a lot. Yeah, they are generally weaker, but I mean, now you're telling them they're weaker by giving them their own self-defense. How about just saying smaller person self-defense and bigger person? So you're saying a 135-pound woman is weaker than a 135-pound man? If you are, you're a misogynist and a bigot and a woman hater. I'm joking, you're not, but that's what they're going to say. And then if you hit a woman, you're a woman beater and you should be thrown in jail. Some women can't make up their mind. They're like, we're just as strong as men. We're equal to men. Yeah, there should not be any distinction. And then when if an athlete hits his wife, it's like, oh, he's a woman beater. How dare he hit a woman? You want to be equal or not? So I think they don't know if they want to be equal or not. That's the problem. It's a higher end G-Shock, which I got for my wedding, and it's beautiful. By the way, it's beautiful. Oh, I put a. No wait, where am I? Oh, am I coming? Oh, I'm coming in over here. Okay, so there. Yeah, it works really well. Yeah, it's a G-Shock. It's called the Gulf Master. But anyway, Bruce Lee, yes, a lot. Bruce Lee influenced my life because of his philosophies on, take what works, discard what doesn't, and he's, so cutting edge. Yes. Chuck Norris, not so much. I love him. I love his movies. I think he's a great guy, but he didn't really influence my life at all. Gracie Women Empowered. What about Gracie Men? I mean, anytime you want to put a distinction, that means you're selling. You're just trying to sell to someone. Why not just say Gracie Students Empowered? Why Gracie Women? That would insinuate Gracie Men are not empowered. I say they are. So how about just not Gracie Empowered? Something like that. Pink belt qualification course. Okay. Hey, I don't know about that. Yeah, I've been Andy. I've had my share of that. I think anyone that follows me knows that. My social justice warrior. I'm not a friend of theirs. Believe me. We got I did a meme with my wife because I taught I taught a self-defense course for free for my community, and one of my techniques was how to get out of a front choke, right? And so somebody sent me a picture of it, and I made a little meme about it, and it said something like, I don't know, it was a joke, but then we got hammered on social media because they thought I was trying to endorse domestic violence. It even came out in our public news, in our neighborhood newspaper. It was funny as shit. Little social warrior. It basically just gave me more. It gave me advertising basically, but they were trying to like put me down, and they were like trying to put bad things in my Yelp and my different reviews and shit. It was funny as shit. Equal whites equal. Oh, I'm using that one. I am using that one. I'm using that one, Robert. I'm gonna do that on my I'm gonna do that on one of my videos, if you don't mind. Fucking team. Gonna make a men empowered. Yeah, it's like, why would you have a woman empowered anything? It's like, it's stupid as shit. Make men empowered, or make just empowered people empowered. When you say women empowered, you're like insinuating that they're not empowered already. That's I don't know. I don't know. Hey, you did, Ark. It was pretty good though. I like what they wrote about it. I mean, I think there was more positive than negative for us that came out of it. I don't know. What did you think, Ark? What did you think, Ark Sweeney? What did you think about it? Bing, another great one. Make America empowered again. Yeah, combatives, qualifications. Let's start it, Andy. I'm in. I'm all in. Me and Master Wong are all in. We will do that. I got neighborhood news. Yeah. Oh, you were in the news. Oh yeah. Yeah. What did they lie about you, Andy? Yeah, they were just saying I was endorsing domestic violence. What does domestic violence even mean? It's the dumbest term. It's like somebody hits you in your house, so it's domestic. It's just, how about just violence? Just call it violence. Yeah, misogynist. Yeah, I agree with you, Andy. Equal rights, equal lefts. Oh, okay. Equal rights, equal lefts. I get that. Yeah. So what else we got? I gotta cut it pretty soon. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to cover? Please share this. I want to get it out. Do you think it okay. Yeah, that was right, Ark. Yeah. And we actually dealt with Yelp, and since we proved that she was just being spiteful and she wasn't even from our county, they took all their bad reviews off. They took all our bad reviews off. Yeah. What? Oh my God. That was in Australia too. Yeah, I think that's great, Carlos. I love that president's going there. Do you think another traditional artist can take it in MMA? You can't be a traditional martial artist. You can be a traditional martial artist in your heart, but you have to be well-rounded. You will never make it as high as the UFC level unless you're well-rounded. You have to be a martial artist, not a partial artist. Okay? You have to be a martial artist, right? A martial artist, okay? Not a partial artist. You can't be a partial artist. So you have to be You have to know. You have to be a adequate striker. You have to be adequate at your takedown and takedown defense. You have to know the ground, whether you're escaping the bottom or controlling the top or escaping submissions, and you have to be in top shape. Those 4 things: striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and conditioning. If you're not, you're a partial artist and not a martial artist, okay? Oh man, that's a long one. He got slammed, or did it help it, Andy? Do you think another? Yeah. So I think there are traditional guys that Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, as good as his takedown defense is and getting better, submission defense getting better. He's still considered a traditional martial artist, but you can't be a partial artist. I don't care how traditional you are. You cannot be a partial artist and make it in the MMA world to any degree. Wow, I'm sorry to hear that, man. You gotta call me later, bro. We gotta work back your reputation. I had a tough reputation for a long time because when I opened my martial arts gym in town, everybody thought of me as like Chuck Liddell, Glover Teixeira. He just trains fighters. They thought our gym had like fences and cages and blood, and so we weren't getting enough students. And then we had to make people realize we're a family gym, and my fighting training is something I do on the side. So we have the biggest kids class program in the county now, and our gym's doing very well. So if you need help with that, let me know. Most of the city hates me. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, we don't cater to the SJWs at all. I don't think so. I think Kung Lee was very skilled. I think he went pretty far, and then he just decided to go to movies, tell you the truth. Kung Lee was great at takedowns, great at takedown defense, unbelievable at striking. He was adequate on the ground, and his conditioning was great. I think Kung Lee just chose to chase movies, and I think that's why he exited out of MMA. I don't think he was out. I don't think he was out outgrown, or anything. Oh man, that's fucked up, man. Sorry to hear that, brother. Yeah, it's good having a chat on here. All right, I'm gonna have more chats. What days? Why don't you guys? I don't really answer my on my YouTube. Can all you guys write me messages on my Instagram and follow me? And then if you have any questions or if there's a topic you want me to cover, I'll cover it on YouTube. But I don't go over all my YouTube comments. They just come up too quick, and I don't follow it. I should, and we're gonna start soon. But right now, please, if you guys got any questions for me, or Donald is a comedian. Donald who? Is there somebody Donald up there? I'm not reading it right. But yeah, hit me up on Instagram and message me there, and I'll answer all your things on Instagram. I don't go to all my comments on YouTube, but I will come back and do a whole Q&A on YouTube. I'll do a technique on YouTube, anything you guys want. It will help you stay safe in the street, help your family stay safe, help your kid not get bullied, or help you win a UFC title. Any of those things, let me know. Me and Master Wong will help you do that. All right? Trump 2020. I'm all in on that one. White supremacists. Yeah, they love to throw that term around. I think, to be honest, this is what I think. I think everyone that uses the word white supremacist or racist is a pedophile, and they, for some reason, that comes out. I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah. So I try not to use the politics. I have a separate political page on my Facebook and my YouTube. Not I'm Twitter, and then I have my martial arts one. I don't combine the two. People know what I am. I'm not going to hide it, but I don't, and if someone wants to argue about it, I will block them in a second or redirect them to my political page. I'll talk to you about politics all day long on my political page. I'll debate any policy, but not on my martial arts page. I don't want anything to do with politics at all, so. But, and when I'm saying if they call you a white supremacist or a racist, I don't care their politics. They could be a Democrat or a Republican. But to me, when they say that and it's unfounded, you need to attack. If you don't, you're just going to be covered up against the cage and somebody's just pounding you. You'll never win. The only way to win that kind of fight is to hit back harder. Yeah, maybe you don't talk about it in class. Yeah, it is free speech. I do not ever talk about politics on the mat. Sometimes off the mat, if I'm with some of my students, we go back and forth, and I don't mind doing that because we're a microcosm of society. Our demographics, are a microcosm of society. So I don't mind having friends going back and forth about politics. I have a couple of Democratic friends, a couple of more conservative friends. We go back and forth. But on the mat, it's fucking mat. And that's all we talk about. Yeah. Yeah, I think it should be out of politics or martial arts. And it's not really in martial arts much. I really don't think it is. But anyway, guys, I appreciate this, man. It's almost an hour. Please comment. Please hit me up. I left my my YouTube or my Instagram messages. Please follow me on Instagram. And if you got any questions for me, I will respond. And if there's a video you want me to do, ask me on Instagram, and I will come back and do it on YouTube. All right? Hey, thank you. Anything else? If I missed anything here, guys, I'm sorry. But if I didn't get to your question, please hit me up on Instagram, and I promise I'll respond to you within 12 hours. Thanks for coming, guys.